Matias, a big Puerto Rican card, big fucking deal. Subriel Matias. You would have had to have, even though you don't follow super closely, you would have had to have heard Matias as like the big boogeyman of the fucking
prospect.
division.
And Eddie Hearns is obsessed with Subriel Matias.
Yes, even though going into it, I don't know if you heard this. Going into it, Subriel was telling the media, I think, that he was under the suspicion that he thought Eddie Hearn wanted him to lose.
Which, it turns out...
Listen, they don't call him Walter Mercado for nothing. Yeah. No, but he... So whatever, right? Matias lost that fight. Legit lost it. Pro Puerto Rican crowd. It was, I thought, close enough to where if you wanted to pull a little fucking move in Matias's favor, you could pull it.
Possibly could.
You would have the internet outrage. You would have people pissed off. Yeah. They'd be shitting on him.
Would it be like a Josh Taylor,
but
Jack Catterall
it would
type?
be your everyday normal robbery that's kind of supposed to happen. You're expecting that to happen. It didn't go his way. But yeah, the boogeyman in that sense, and we're talking about Subriel Matias, is fucking gone completely.
Dead.
At this point, like, this was a coming out. This Liam Paro, I don't know if he might be more popular your way than mine.
Australia, not really. Like, he's not that popular out where I'm at.
Right.
He's like a big Australian deal, Liam Paro?
I guess so. I don't know. I don't know the guy like that. Like,
I know that I was first made aware of him when he was on like Jake Paul's undercard, and people were like, "Whoa, that's cool that Jake got some like guy who's actually like a legit prospect." And then I think they like pushed him over to Eddie. I think that was like a deal because at the time, you remember when they were building Serrano versus Taylor, MVP and Matchroom were kind of like working as friends, which is not the case anymore.
Right. Well, I was looking at it yesterday from a gambling perspective. And I'm looking at it like, I'll keep it all the way a buck. Papa needs some new fucking shoes around here, right? So we're looking at this like we're trying to come up. Fire Stick Boy's trying to come up. So I got the shit going on the laptop down below. I've got the TV rocking out up here. I'm doing a 2-tiered boxing fucking thing. I got my FanDuel sportsbook or my DraftKings open. Yeah. I'm trying to work on a parlay, and I stumble across Matias, and he's like too big of a favor. He's too big of a favorite
to even put him in.
To even put him in the parlay, because at first I said Matias for the win, Gary Russell for the win. Carlos Adames for the win.
Good parlay.
Carlos Adames for the win. And then I wanted to throw Benavidez in there, but I felt like Vozic was so big and I said, let me not even fucking throw. I wanted a sure thing.
Yeah.
Let me not throw Benavidez in there. Let me throw Tank in there, and let me also throw this 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it was 4. It was a 4-leg parlay. $100 would have got me back like $78 or something like that on a 4-leg parlay. All major favorites. So then I said, okay, let's go Russell KO, Subriel Matias KO, Adames win, Tank win. I forget what the payout was. It wasn't much better. Yeah. These guys were major favorites. Subriel Matias fighting out of Puerto Rico in front of a packed home crowd. This is supposed to be the absolute fucking scariest boogeyman in the division. Fought Maxim Dadashev, I don't know, maybe 5-6 years ago. Killed him in the fucking ring. It's kind of scary, right? And just a non-stop pressure kind of guy. And on the second tier of my TV, because yesterday DAZN was the second tier of entertainment. So
well, it's almost always the second tier of entertainment. When it comes to like a big pay-per-view night, it's second tier to UFC. It's second tier to Showtime at the time, PBC now on Amazon Plus or Amazon Prime. It's always like if there's a good DAZN show, that's still going to be second to whatever the big boys are putting on.
And can I say, I'll add this before I get sidetracked. The production on PBC last night
was good.
It fucking killed anything that DAZN's putting out. I was watching DAZN. I think I jumped into what card would Whitaker have been on? He was on a
Boxer on NBC.
What is it, Sky Sports?
The Sky Sports.
He would have been on Sky Sports, yeah. So I think I popped in there real quick and the Whitaker fight was over. It's too much fucking boxing for me. But Whitaker was getting shit on. My boy Craig Scott, not very... You know Craig Scott?
Yeah, vaguely.
My boy Craig Scott, not very happy. Craig Scott, stand-up comedian, bro. It's fucking fire. So he was...
As good at stand-up as Al Bernstein is at music, or...
he legit, bro. Craig is better than. I'm serious, and I'm not lying. Like Craig
He's a good stand-up.
He's got it, bro. He's got it.
Right.
He's got it. We got to get Craig.
We should get him on the pod.
We'll get Craig on the pod, but we got to get Craig on fucking Kill Tony.
Right.
Can you imagine?
But I feel like good comics don't really do that well on Kill Tony, right?
I don't think anybody can do. I think Tony admitted that the other day. That,
yeah.
Like anybody out of the bucket, like is.
It's gonna be tough
because people are going there to see the guy die.
Yeah. That's part of it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so the audience is already. You got to kill it, like.
And like Hinchcliffe is also like he's the kind of guy who like is actively looking to like, if someone's better than me, I'm gonna shit on him.
Right, he's a little fucker.
He's a complete weasel.
He's a fucker. Well,
he's an Espinosa level weasel, bro.
Well, I mean, he's been known to encase himself in latex and lay down at the bottom of a pit.
That is what he's known for.
Have other people stand on top and jizz off the side, and the latex starts off as white, but now it's just so fucking cum colored that it's fucking
Also white.
Also white. Also a white color, but a tinge of yellow, and that's a red
kind
bar.
of a cream, more of a cream.
That's a Michael David bit, a red bar bit. We love that. No, but yeah, Craig Scott was very annoyed with Ben Whitaker.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Why? Because he didn't like finish the show or anything?
No, I think that. Yeah. I think but I think it was boring. I think I didn't see the fight, so I don't really know the main critique. But it was like
is kind of rough, right?
I like it, bro. Listen. I don't want every fighter doing Ben Whitaker. That would be fucking whack. It'd be crazy if everybody was doing a little dance thing or whatever. But like, boxing does need
guys like
that style. Style. You know, it's like in baseball. In the major leagues, like every few years you get like a knuckleballer. You know what a knuckleballer is?
Yeah.
Like it's a non, or you'll have every now and again like a pitcher that'll throw Submariner style, so where they like their knuckle almost hits the ground, like they go so low with it.
Yeah.
Now that guy's only gonna last 2 years because he's gonna he's gonna throw the ball Submariner, and then the arm's gonna keep going into the first fucking row, and somebody's gonna catch it. You know, but while it's happening, it's cool. And sometimes those guys are not like the best in the league. Sometimes they are. Yeah. Sometimes there's a fucking fly in here. God damn it!
Like a Linsanity type of guy?
This is a subscriber. We should be nice to him.
Yeah.
This is more listeners than we usually have. Yeah, exactly. This could actually be our only listener. So, Mr. Fly, please pull up a seat. We'll interview you now. But yeah, you need that. You need that in boxing. I've always loved that.
10 rounds. I saw he did a 10-rounder the other day. That's gonna be fucking rough to watch Ben Whitaker fucking around for 10 rounds and not to do that.
Well, that's the problem. Like so we've seen it like with Naseem Hamed. We've seen it with what was the guy that fought Mayweather? Emmanuel Augustus. We've seen all types of people that have that kind of like showboaty style. Pernell Whitaker was another one. Pernell Whitaker didn't have power, by the way, though, but he was like. Pernell Whitaker was like a cut above though too. He was like a Olympian level, you know, but he was somewhat like that. I think you do need the knockout power, but I don't mind that. I like that style. We know where this is headed. We know he ain't gonna fucking like be undefeated or what is it? What is it when you hold the belt and he won't have like 10 title defenses.
Yeah.
If he ever
one of a lengthy reign,
right? If he ever sniffs a belt, he ain't gonna fucking have 10 title defenses.
And you think Whitaker's kind of like that? Like he's not gonna be.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. Like, if he ever sniffs a belt, he won't like it'll be over. It'll all be over quick.
Yeah,
I think it's. Cool.
I would think that's probably.
Yeah, I think it's cool though. I think that shit is cool as hell. Like,
it's all right, but it's just like 10 rounds. Like, I don't want to see him in any 12 rounders. I'm not even too sure that I want to see him take a step up and have to like actually box these guys.
Well, that's the point. Is that like he's doing this, so obviously up the competition until he can't.
Yeah,
and then if he can't fight any other way, that'll get exposed, you know, and then it's all over. But it's like it's almost that's the dare. It's like, okay, if I'm allowed to get away with this, I'm gonna keep doing this until you put somebody in front of me, and there will be somebody like there'll be eventually. Any like rugged Mexican guy is not going to deal with that bullshit.
Yeah. Like he got headbutted last night.
I saw that. That was sick. That was a hard ass headbutt too.
My man like football headed him in the chin, you know?
That was like a hard ass fucking headbutt. Yeah, I saw that last night. But yeah, last night, so and going back to the parlay, I had Subriel Matias. He fucking loses to Liam Paro.
Yeah.
Which
bad L.
Battle, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Like, I know that people are like saying that they're like, the Haney fans at least are like, oh, this is supposed to be the guy that was going to be, because these people are fucking really off the hook. But it's not the worst thing in the world because 140 was a very crowded division in terms of like, I mean, you could go Matias, Hitchens, Tio, Taylor, Catterall, if you want to count Taylor still, Catterall, Pitbull, Rolly, fucking. I mean, you could. There's like 10 different guys there that have like.
The way they talk about Rolly is so disrespectful. By the way, like as if he just completely is like a journeyman bum.
He is, but he's Rolly, right?
Yeah.
Like he's gonna sell tickets.
He's a former world champion.
The former world champ, and Rolly. You've even got the guy that Rolly fought, Barosho. You've got fucking just a who's who at 140. And Matias was a guy that wasn't at that top tier. He was slightly below it, and. Fuck it. Like if it kind of clears that out and we figure out that maybe he's not the killer we thought he was, it kind of like gets us closer to the Tank versus T.O. fights, to the Devin versus Tank fights. It kind of clears that out. And not only was it Matias that lost like that, another guy on my parlay, Gary Russell, lost just like that.
Rough one.
He fucking same kind of thing. And it's like it's a thing to where it's like his opponent, I think the guy's name is Puello, I don't know. Very basic, bro. It's like whenever Gary would like blitz, he would just kind of tie him up. Oh God.
This is someone we need to talk to?
No. So his opponent, whenever he would blitz, Gary would tie him up. He'd be able to get him off him, and it was just a nonstop Gary getting his head boxed off. Every now and again, Gary would go for it. He'd get fucking chipped up. Even in exchanges, almost on every single level, he was getting beat, getting outboxed, lost the fight. And he's another guy, another boogeyman of the division, so-called boogeyman of the division, down at 140. So a lot of shit happened last night. But the most important thing, Tank Davis.
Yeah.
Frank Martin.
Unbelievable.